Alright, what's good everybody? Welcome back to OJT Barrage. Hey, I got it right for the first time! Pause. OJT Barrage. Got it right the first time. That's a hard thing to do. Alright, so today, long-waited question for, not long-waited, but a good couple weeks. A lot of Chord guys on the Chord Alliance, the Chord addicts, been asking about when I'm going to do the shifter install and review. Now I'm going to do the install, and then I'm going to have a review come up. Probably I'm going to do a review right after when I take it for a little drive, and then I'll probably also do a review. Alright, so today we starting with the billet aluminum shifter. Cables finally came in, so I'm ready to go ahead and put this in. I'm actually impressed with this shifter box. My boy had a K-tuned one and we put them side to side, and always been like a, a debate whether the eBay one is just like the K-tune or K-tune junk or whatever be the case, but it seems pretty solid to me. Everything looked like it's intact. Earlier on I had went through and just, tightened everything up. Everything was already, pretty tight on all the bolts. Spring feels nice and tight back here. So I'm about to go ahead and start taking the old shifter box out and getting this one in, so I can hurry up and get my motor in. I want this car out of here today.
Straight on the cables.
Cables are not bad either. Nice, they feel real strong. Don't feel like they bind up or anything. This is real smooth. There's little adjustments on here. There's a lot of little adjustments to these cables too. Solid shifter bushings. Well, we're gonna definitely put them to the test and give them the eBay review. Let's do it. All right, so next day, started to take apart the shifter console and everything all along here. The other day, came back because I kind of ran out of time because I had to go to Home Depot and actually grab some metal because I made adapter plate for this, because it doesn't simply bolt right up as you would already know. That's why you watch this video on how to do it. So what I went to Home Depot, got a small piece of plate. It was a little longer than this, and they had like in a scrap bin pile. I matched up the back two holes with the shifter and where I wanted it to be located, because it has to be this furthest point back here. So then, oh yeah, by the way, I already passed all the shifter cables through. It's the same thing as you'll hook up a stock cables. So just follow the same way you take the stock cables and the stock cables and shifter box out. That's how you'll put the new cables and shifter box in. Now, oh, my bad. With this plate also, you can see right here, I kind of hammered it down so it can meet in this contour right here. See how that's all so let me see, get some light on it right around here. So when you take the shifter plate, start off with cardboard also, and then get your your template out. So what you want to do is, when you do this with cardboard, right, you want to get your holes for where the old mounting plate, where the old shifter bolts were go. The shifter. I'm not saying shifter cable, but shifter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut those out. We'll drill those out. Then, after I have bolted that plate down, I pull this back here because they match up, so you have to kind of get some finessing in there. And then I marked where the holes are for the front of the shifter. So then, after that, what you do is, don't mind these 2 extra holes. I drilled that off a little bit. Had to go back and drill twice. Then what you do, you save your OEM bushings that come off from the previous shifter. You put this plate down. The front two will take regular 12mm bolts, so I'll put those in right now. Need to grab more washers. I'll figure something out. But all right. Oh, wait, missed a step. Alright, so I missed a step. I need something for the shifter to bolt up to, right?
I'm really bad at this.
Alright, so I missed a step. You're gonna need something for the shifter to bolt up to, right? So I grabbed 2-inch bolts to pass through right here. Put some lock washers on the other side so it locks nicely. Just like that, right? Then maybe I shouldn't put a lock because you're basically essentially gonna be crushing on the bushing. So matter of fact, I'll use flat washers for these. Flat washer and flat washer. Now you put it down and bolt your 12s up there. Just use a lock washer with those. That'll make more sense. And I have one more. Where are all the 12 from? You check all the 12? Okay, I'm not gonna tighten those all the way down now. Just gotta put everything on loosely. Now, before you take your stock bushings, because you know how they have two pieces here. The top part will be the one with the little lip that goes down into the next grommet. So you'll take this grommet, put this one on here, put this one on here, and the back two will go where the back two plates are. Bolts are, bolt holes. Boom. Just like that. Then you'll take your shifter, put your shifter on, make sure it looks all good. Finessing part is, also with the shifter bushings, right? I went and cut these in half, but you don't have to. Don't cut these in half. You got the camera there? Alright, see, I got my girlfriend, recording for me, and she's new, and she's like over here when I'm right here. It's not that hard, right here. But cut these. There's like little cylinders that go over in the bolts to help keep the bushing alive, like anything, like even with sway bar bushings they have these. But I had cut mine because I was trying to go do a different route. I was trying to figure 5-10 different ways on how to do this, but I ended up finally figuring out how to do this a good way. So you'll have this inside, and I'll also grind out in the bushing. You gonna focus on me today?
I can't do this.
just stick here. You got it? I had a bench grinder, and right on the hole of where the shifter bushing, where the shifter is, where you will bolt down the shifter. The grommet for the cord, the stock cord grommets are too big, so I use a bench grinder, and I grinded them down a little bit smaller than what they were before, so they could fit nicely in the hole. And then so I'll put. Yeah. Alright, so I'm putting these in. What is this? Oh, I know what that is. Never mind. I'm thinking it's some spooky dooky. Alright, so now putting these in. See how they fit nicely in each one of these little sockets here. So just kind of grind it down until it fits inside each one of these little pockets. May need some persuasion. Make them a little smaller. I think I should have made them a little smaller because they'll crush out bigger anyways. But hey, let's it's whatever. It's not like I'm leaving this open. I'm gonna end up putting my center console back on. So next, get the bolts back in. Well, I mean, I guess I could also just bolt that down too. Need another washer though. Oh, gotta go in the washer. I just smacked the hell out of my head on this freaking thing here. Alright. Now, this is the tough part, because this always wants to fight me, but it ended up going in once it wants to go in nicely. Right in the hole there, you gotta get it lined up with the back two shifters. Now, those bolt holes, right? Look at me. Where are you going?
I really don't know how to work this.
Look at me. I'm the captain now. Okay. Now, with the back two bolts, right, for the shifter, they kind of go like this. Don't expect them to try to screw in straight. They actually kind of come at an angle on both sides. A slight angle, so you're going to have to try to finesse your way in there. Got this all in your way. Get them in, so I'm about to try and do it in. Such a pain to do this. Hey, first try. Let's go. Make sure that bushing in there. Alright, I'm not gonna tighten that one down too much because I want to get the other side. After you get one side, the other side is freaking. Now that the shifter's on, I'll show you and run through everything one more time. I got the plate. You use all your bushings. Got that all nice and done. Just bust that down. Bust this down. There you go. Look at that. Ain't going nowhere. Now I gotta just tighten up all these cables, which should use a wrench, but still need a shift knob. I'll get that. Well, I got a shift knob, but actually, wherever it's at in this car. But there you go. It's not that hard. But I gotta show you one other part that I did have to do on the tranny side. But there you go. Now let me try and put on some of this centerpiece and see how that fits over everything. It's the real moment of truth right here. It's not bad. It rests on it, but this is not moving, and this is not a moving piece, so that's not bad. I don't think. I mean, I'll probably still trim her out so it's not touching completely. And for this part, I know off rip diggity. That's gonna have to get cut right about there. I can see that. Alright, so yeah, look, I'll use the light. See how it touches right here on the shifter cable, or even if I wanted to put it to the top adjustment, I can't because it bumps right into here. So I'm gonna clean as clean as I can. Cut, come down. So it still gives that OEM look in the corners. You know, give it the room for the shifter. Let me go look for that though. But besides that, that looks good to me. What you think? You ain't gonna say nothing?
Pretty good. I wouldn't know.
One thing though, I am gonna do on the bottom side. Oh, let me take this back out. Watch out. We don't gotta keep doing like mad pin shots. Just stay still. Like, you know, all that.
I'm just trying to get the parts because the lighting is not that good in here, so you can't see some of it.
One thing I do want to do, because I know the cables will rub if you look down in here. See how this is just open and it's gonna rub. So I want to, it's a little piece when you take off your stock cables that usually goes for that grommet piece. I took that off and I put like some wire around it to make like a little grommet for there, and I'm gonna bolt that back up, and then hopefully that'll you know, prevent a lot of the rubbing issues. But well, I can't say the issues because I haven't had them yet, but we'll see what happens. On to the outside so I can show you what I did out there. Alright, so let me see the camera. I'll show this one. Thank you, my lovely assistant. Alright, so right in here, let me see if I can get it. Hybrid Racing makes the quote-unquote shifter bracket for this, but the shifter bracket and the placement that it goes correctly, it didn't work. It wouldn't allow me to go into second, third, or fourth. So I had to move the shifter cable bracket back so it can give enough, you know, reach. And I forgot to get cotter pins at the store. Just went to the store. Whatever. But so I cut out a little square plate, push this back some, use some of the other holes that was already here in the shifter. You can see right here, because the hole is supposed to be here. So we moved it back. I moved it back one. Well, I actually had my boy Jose come help me. He just figured this one out. Move this one back, bolted that there, make it a little plate. So these two bolt up, and you can still bolt this down in here. Then I'm gonna get another bolt for right there, but sturdy. Everything feels nice and sturdy, and we're all set. Besides that, shift's not bad at all. First start coming soon, probably by the end of the day. Give it a crank because I got everything on. Just had a little issue with the fuel line, so close with the fuel line, but I ended up getting it on, no problem. I just gotta order a AM fuel rail for this one because I have a H22 one that works, but it doesn't bolt up necessarily. So I'm gonna use the correct AM fuel rail for this one. But besides that, I'm gonna get the center back together, cut that out, and then we're gonna see how it looks after that. Cool? Cool. Alright, so I got most of the interior back together for the most part. Got the centerpiece, got this main portion right here, just to basically give you an idea of how the shifter will look. Got it all in. But the only thing you can see right here, like I mentioned before, I have to cut out right here, which I'm gonna do. Take my time with a nice small die grinder, Dremel, and cut this out. Then probably put a nice little like rubber trim in here to make it look, you know, nice and still somewhat OEM. But I gotta get a shifter because this looks so crappy. I actually made a shifter out of a dirt bike handle, but I had to get the adapter piece because I put a piece of metal rod in here to make it a little sturdy. I gotta get the adapters for like the aftermarket shifters, put it in there, and then I can be able to screw it on. I thought it'll be a nice touch, but for now, got the stock shifter, but it feels good. Everything went pretty good. Let me show you. Matter of fact, with the shifter, because I know all you guys wanted to see this. Why do I got a straw? Alright, look, excuse the car because everything is still a little dirty, but came out pretty good. See, I got a little crack right here because you get, oh my gosh, you cord guys know how fragile these are. Had to cut all the way up, so basically under the tray so that it fits. But There you go, all the gears. Didn't come out too bad. And it's solid, like I'm shaking the car right now. But now, took it to the car for a test drive with the shifter. It shifts so amazing. It shifts like butter, just click, clack. A little notchy, given as a, you know, a billet race shifter, so per se, but it's notchy in a good way. And I also ordered hybrid detent shifter springs for the trends that I have, and I think I'm gonna put those in sometime later this week. And once I get more drive time with the car, and you know, I just got it literally back on the road. Once I get more drive time with the car, I'll do more of an in-depth review of, not even in-depth review, just a general review of using a shifter after driving the car for about a week or so, and just giving the overall swap. Any questions you guys may have, leave them in the comments, because Accords are a blast, yo. They are definitely fun and very slept on. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, and heavy on the comments. I'm heavy on the comments because I always want feedback. Always want feedback on what more you guys want to see with Accords. Anything that you think I should try with my Accord, I'll keep it in consideration. But definitely going to keep this as a step-by-step process with everything I do. And you're going to come along the way. Keep looking down because I just love this shifter. Like, oh my gosh, dude, look at this shifter, bro. I mean, don't mind the shift knob. Don't mind the shift knob or my ashy knuckles. But this, like, I was so amazed that this worked, bro. So amazed. So, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos that's coming out. We about to actually start doing some RX-7 content. RX-7 content, because you know this channel is not all about the Accord, so let's get some of that in here. But see you later. Deuces, cut.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post the same now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move.